As Mr. Tiley said at the beginning, any questions that you have, we'll have a little sort of question session towards the end. Okay. Oh. There we are. So in year 4, in previous years, we've taught our curriculum through topics. However, next year, we're going to be thinking about it slightly differently and integrating the curriculum through concepts. So for example, rather than learning about the topic of technology, we would look at the concept of humans using technology to improve their lives. So we want to prepare students for the future by using lots of real world contexts with real challenges that will help develop those key skills. We do like each concept to have a final project outcome that we like to share with parents. And we really do believe that when students have an audience, that it helps give their learning a purpose. So there'll be lots of involvement from parents next year with regards to children's learning and the work that they produce. A little bit more about our integrated curriculum. So in year 4, we've introduced an integrated approach to the way our students learn. So from research, we know that learning is more authentic whenever the boundaries between subjects are less defined and almost merged. And that's what we call an integrated curriculum. Okay, for example, whenever there aren't necessarily set subjects like English, maths and science, but we would have an integrated subject where we are learning aspects of each of those different subjects. And we find that this integrated approach makes learning more meaningful, and the students then have the time to really explore and develop that solid understanding of the concepts and the ideas that we're learning about in class. So for example, using the same example as I used before, humans use technology to improve their lives. And throughout this concept, the children will explore it through geography, through history, art, D&T and ICT, just to deepen their understanding of that concept. And we will, of course, have further opportunities to develop English skills throughout all of the concepts that we cover throughout the year. Okay, digital learning in year 4, very similar to year 3. The children will continue to bring their iPads into school every day. We do have a wide variety of apps that we use to support the teaching and learning across year 4. And in order to monitor and to support students with this, we do use Apple Classrooms. So the teacher, when the children are in class, the teachers are in control of devices and can monitor that closely. Okay, so we do have a balance between using devices in the classroom and using books as well. Okay, specialist lessons in year 4. So while the class teacher will teach the majority of subjects, the children will continue to have specialist teachers. So for PE, twice a week. Performing arts, they'll have 1 lesson a week. Outdoor learning, they'll have 1 lesson a week, and this is for 1 term of the year. For French, it'll be 1 lesson a week. Islamic, 2 lessons. Those children who aren't Islamic will have cultural studies instead. And then Arabic, the children will have 4 lessons per week, both Arabic A and Arabic B. Okay. So assessment in year 4. So at WSO, we are continuously assessing the children and addressing their needs, making sure that the lessons they receive are personalised and that they're making good progress. So we observe and record the learning that takes place in class, and we track every child individually using our classroom monitor, which I'm sure you're familiar with and have had conversations with class teachers about previously. You will have termly sort of access to assessment summaries, so you'll be able to see how your child is progressing against our year 4 objectives, and meetings with teachers throughout the year. Obviously, you'll have those conversations to see how your child is progressing as well. Okay. With regards to what the children will need in year 4, obviously their school uniform, I've listed here for boys and girls what's to be included. Their PE kit. Protective clothing for art activities. We ask for maybe an old oversized t-shirt to be brought into school, and that can be left in lockers and used as and when needed throughout the year. iPads, so fully charged iPads come into school every day, and then headphones and earphones for activities that do need them. We do also ask that children have a fully stocked pencil case. We ask for these resources to be included in pencil cases, and the children to bring those in every day. Okay. So we have lots of parents that ask how they can support their child's learning at home. So I've just put together some tips and tricks that you can help to expand learning opportunities at home. We do at WSO, we feel it's really important to work together as parents and teachers to develop the children. So we do want to include you in their learning as well. So we ask that, some suggestions to set up a daily family routine, ensuring some healthy eating and sleeping habits. Talk to your child every day about their activities and checking in on projects via Seesaw, promoting and encouraging reading to your child, also allowing them to see you read for enjoyment, to model that. Limiting sort of TV time and social media time and computer time. Obviously, with devices being used in class, we do try to balance the use of devices in class, and also we do ask that parents do that at home as well. To have high expectations of your child and standards for their learning, and also to think about what resources we have in our local community. So visiting libraries, museums, theatres, and encouraging some after-school participation in activities as well. As I said earlier, we do feel we do want to build our relationships with parents across the academy, and do want to work together with you to help children be better prepared in school. Okay, we are going to be preparing the children for their transition into Year 4 on July the 1st, Thursday, July the 1st. The children will take part in their transition morning. So they'll meet their new teacher from Year 4 and spend some time with them in class, getting to know them and completing some fun class activities. As mentioned here, we're not currently sure if the classes are going to be split next year. However, as soon as we know that information, we will let you know as soon as a decision is made on that. Okay, just a few extra pieces of information here. So with regards to home learning, we do have an optional home learning menu that's sent out each term to children. So this will continue next year. It's a wide variety of activities that the children can take part in. It is optional, as I said. We do encourage the children to take part in those activities, but we also understand that many children have, or they do take part in lots of activities outside of school, and we do encourage that as well. We do want to see that as home learning as well. So those activities are also included. Devices, I did mention that the children will be needing to bring their devices in every day. Ideally, these will be iPads, and just a reminder that they do need to be fully charged each day. And just a reminder, the timings of the school day, so 7:40, the children need to be in class, and then we finish at 2:50. We do also have, as similar to Year 3, we have our bus clubs and our sibling clubs after school. Okay, and I've just included here myself and Mr. Tiley's email address. That's there in case anybody needs to get in touch with us separately. And so, as Mr. Tiley had mentioned at the beginning of the session, we're going to move on to sort of a question time now. So if you do have any questions about Year 4 next year or what to expect, please do ask them in the chat function, and then I'm going to pass over to Mr. Tiley to answer those questions for you.
Thank you, Vicky. Okay.
No problem at all.
So like Ms. Twigger said, if you do have any questions at all about Year 4, obviously, if it's specific about your child, if you maybe just email myself or Ms. Twigger separately, but if it's a general question that would be useful for others, please type it into the chat section now. I can see that we have one already. So is French the only language offered in Year 4? Yes, currently, yes is the answer. So you'll know that, or you may or may not know actually, that Year 4 recently did an airport day, and that was all about the celebration of a language rotation that they will experience in Year 5. So in Year 5, the students will get, for next year, one term of French, one term of German, one term of Spanish, okay? And then the kind of reason behind that is that then students can choose at the end of Year 5, they can choose which language they would like to specialize in or focus on. And then they would do that in Year 6, the language that they choose, okay? Normally they choose in secondary school, but we're just providing that choice a little bit earlier for our students, okay? But in Year 4, for now, we are remaining with just French, okay? Yes, that is, so someone's asking, will they definitely meet their new teacher on the 1st of July? Yes, so normally or previously, we are unable to introduce the children kind of in person to their teacher. Sometimes they have a bit of a rotation and they know maybe one of those teachers will be their teacher. However, this year, that's why us as a leadership team have been kind of promoting parents to re-enroll as soon as possible. As soon as you re-enroll, that means we know your child's coming back, so we're able to sort classes, get everything ready for next year, so we can make that transition even smoother for the students, which is really good. So they will be able to meet their new teacher. They'll spend approximately 3 hours with them. Even if if there's going to be a new teacher, we only have a few new teachers coming to the academy next year. They're going to join via Zoom. If your child is learning remotely, they will also be able to join via Zoom, so they can still get to know their teacher as well. So it'll be a lovely morning. We are planning on communicating with parents the day before that. Okay, on the 31st, we will send to you all the details of the new teacher and their profile and things like that. So parents will be told first, then students will find out the following day. Okay. Lots of questions coming in now. Will there be any assessments or end of year examinations? So as Miss Twigger mentioned, we constantly assess the students on Classroom Monitor. We don't do big summative assessments because there's lots of kind of reasons why we don't do that. So our ongoing assessment is much more accurate. So Classroom Monitor, you'll get the final update of Classroom Monitor from the teacher when they send out their reports, their Term 3 reports. Okay, but however, we have recently done in Year 3, you will know 4, 5 and 6, they've all done their GL assessments. So if you would like a copy of that, well, in fact, that will be included in your child's report. Okay, on the report, it will tell you if your child is at kind of average British curriculum levels, below or above in the different areas. Okay, so that will be included in your report. When will students be able to use all the facilities? At the moment, yes, our extracurriculars, we're not allowed to do. There are external companies that are able to rent our facilities, and those kind of things are going ahead. But just the reason being is because that's very much optional. So parents can choose to pay for that and send their children. However, if we were to do that in our school day, then there might be some parents that don't want their children outside mixing with other children or anything like that. So we have to follow KHDA guidance. So at the moment, we can't do any additional squads or coaching sessions or anything like that before school, after school, lunch times. But we are hoping to be kind of more back to normal by the time we get to September. Okay. We will let you know about class splitting as soon as possible. You may know, your children may have told you that they have made choices recently about who they would like to be in a class with if we do split. Okay. There are pros and cons to this. I personally am an advocate for splitting the classes every year or every couple of years. I think that it's a really good skill for the students to learn how to build relationships with new people. However, at the moment, we are unsure if that's going to need to be done or not. That, again, depends on re-enrollment numbers and a few other factors. So we will let parents know as soon as possible. Okay. When students go back to school, there won't be blended learning. No, so there will be a chance for remote learning if that's what you as a parent decide. Okay, we can't see remote learning going anywhere. It will be very much kind of what we're offering right now. So there'll be a remote option, but we won't go back to a 50% model. The plan is to open 100% as we are right now. Okay. Children divided into classes. Again, we don't know if that's going to happen or not. Class splits. Okay. If they are split up, we will take their friendship requests into consideration. So they are with other people that they are friends with, but that always stays in the house as well. So children shouldn't have to ever switch house. Okay. The uniform, no, uniform does not change from Year 3 to 4. The big difference is from Year 2 to Year 3, where they transition from the blue polo top into the white shirt. That stays the same for Year 4. Okay. Swimming, are we going to start swimming? Again, that is very much COVID dependent. We hope so. Of course, we'd love to get the students back in the swimming pool and doing a variety of things, but that really does depend on COVID. So fingers crossed that the numbers in Dubai continue to go down and the KHDA allow us to start swimming again. Outdoor will take place either term 1, term 2 or 3. Yes, so outdoor learning, yes, it will just be for 1 term, okay? Which term next year, we don't know. So this term for year 3 and year 4, they've both been in term 3, but next year we are looking at getting some additional spaces for outdoor learning. We want to try and offer that more, if possible, to more students as well, and for maybe longer. So there's a few things that we are trying to kind of have more, increase our provision for that. So I can't tell you which term right now, unfortunately, but they will definitely have it for at least a term. The syllabus, yes, you will get a curriculum overview every single term, same as previously. And that will kind of give you an update of the things and the topics that, that we'll be covering in class with the students, okay? Sweaters, oh, mute your microphone, please. Thank you. Any questions on the chat? Thank you. Okay, so you read on the slides that sweaters are allowed indoors and jackets outdoors. Oh, Vicky, could you just mute that person for me, please? Thank you. Okay, so sweaters, ideally, yeah, jumpers are indoors, jackets are for outdoors. If you need to buy one and you don't want to buy both, then I would just say go for a jumper. Okay, but if you can buy both, that's great. How many hours a week will the children learn French? 1 hour per week, okay? And will the Little Falcon provision continue for children who don't have siblings? Yes, so our plan is to make life as easy for parents as possible. So if you are working, if there's a sibling or not, yes, we will continue to supervise students until 3:20 if necessary. And then all you'll need to do to arrange that is when you know which teacher you'll have is just drop them an email. You'll be in communication with them. Okay. And we can arrange that for you. Okay. That was a lot of questions in a short amount of time. Hopefully I've answered all of those. Thank you so much to everybody for joining today. Hopefully that was useful. You will notice actually that there's not a huge amount of difference between year 3 and year 4. We've got this transition morning coming up to make it as smooth as possible for the students. I'm sure they're going to have a lovely morning. If you have any questions at all, any concerns, please, my email address, Miss Twigger's email address is on the screen now. You can email me anytime if you have questions specific about your child, okay? Thank you to everybody for your time again. Thank you, Miss Twigger. It was lovely to see you all. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.